and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be sharing with you my first year favourites. So this is 5 items which I have loved using during Maeve's first year of life. These are random things, just my top 5 favourite ones. This video is a collaboration with Kate Bridge from Kate Bluss. I will link her channel in the description bar below. I absolutely love her. She's gorgeous. She has 4 kids who are beautiful too. Her youngest is called Marnie. Her first birthday is in June, so she is around the same age as Maeve. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to head over to her channel to watch her video and see what her top 5 baby items are. Let's get stuck in. So the first item I'm going to talk to you about today. It's quite a big item, so I can't show it to you, and I've actually sold it. I've passed it on because it was something that we used when Maeve was very small, but it was important nonetheless. It's a Moses basket. Now, I didn't use this in the standard setting. I had a next to me crib down the side there in our bedroom, but I had the Moses basket in the living room. I was quite conscious that Maeve being the second baby and Rosalie being 3, she sort of like was running around and playing in the living room. That's where she plays. That is the room that I would be in, and I was conscious that when Maeve was napping, I wanted her to be close to me, but I also wanted her to be safe. So the Moses basket was perfect. We put it in the corner of our living room. It was in a stand in the corner of our living room, so Maeve was up high. It worked really well when she was a newborn because she could just sleep in there. Rosalie could then play in the living room. It meant that I knew that she was safe, and it meant that we could all be in the same room together. When Rosalie was a baby, she napped a lot in her bouncy chair, but that was quite open and low down to the floor, so I didn't want her to be within Rosalie's reach, and the Moses basket really worked so well for us as a place for her to nap downstairs. We just left that set up in the living room as well. I didn't bother moving it. So she would sort of nap there in the evenings with us as well. It was perfect, really. The second item is, I'm going to do this sort of at age order, so that's what we used when she was a newborn. The next item we moved, although to be fair we used it when she was a newborn as well, was, anyway, let me tell you what it is. It is the Snuggle Tub. Again, I've passed this on as well because we no longer need it. She outgrew it. She was in it till she was literally 9 months old because Maeve loved being in there so much. Now she bathes with Rosalie in the big tub, but literally probably until she was 9 months old I used to squeeze her into the Snuggle Tub because she loved it so much. I'll just tell you what it is. It's a baby bath, but it's got a very high back, so the babies kind of sit in it. It's kind of a bit like a bucket, so the water is really deep, and yeah, Maeve just absolutely loved it in there. Like, even from being a newborn, she was really happy in that. I think because she was quite cocooned in there, she felt safe, and she just loved being in the water. That was another item that I absolutely loved. I was so sad when she grew out of it, and I think Maeve was too. She loved it in there. Number 3. The next item is a controversial one. You either love them or hate them, but I love them, so I'm going to share it with you. It is a dummy or pacifier. Maeve was a breastfed baby, and in my opinion, in those early days, I could not have survived without it. I believe that babies just want to suck on something. That's the only thing that gives them comfort, that they know how to do. I don't want a baby sucking on my nipple unnecessarily. I didn't get any cracked nipples this time round. I did with Rosalie, but this time I didn't have any. I didn't even have to use any lanolin, and I think that's because I limited the amount of time she was on my boob, but you can't do that without this. So what I used to do was feed her, sneak my boob out when she'd finished, slot the dummy in, and she was away. And then I would ease her off and lay her in her Moses basket in the corner. The dummies I used when she was little, I used the Mam dummies. They are this shape. These are supposed to be like orthodontically, they're supposed to be good for your teeth anyway, a good shape. They're this shape, and I think they are good for newborn babies because they're quite small. They also come with this sterilisation box, which is really handy because you literally put the dummies in, fill that little box up in the bottom with water, and then put them in the microwave for 3 minutes, and then they will be sterile for 48 hours. So this is really handy when you have a newborn baby. It means if they drop them on the floor, you can just quickly put them in the microwave, and then you know they're going to be sterile again. Now I've moved on to this one. This is an Avent dummy. I just like the fact that it's clear, so it like goes with all her clothes. I've attached this dummy clip so that we don't lose it, so if we're out and about it stays close by, and you can like attach that to her outfit. I really like the wooden design, and yeah, that's just what we use. Number 4 is another item that we've used pretty much all the way through. She still uses it now. It is the Trip Trap Highchair. Now this is an expensive item. It's probably the one thing that we spent the most amount of money on, bar like her cot bed. This, I think it was more expensive than her pram and her travel system, but it has lasted us so well. And you can buy them secondhand because they are so expensive. They keep their value and people do sell them on. So I would recommend doing that. But it has this newborn attachment that like sits on top of the high chair, which makes it kind of like a bouncy chair, but it's high up. So it's the same level as like the dinner table. So it meant that when we were having dinner, the 4 of us, even when Maeve was a baby, she was still up at the dinner table with us, which I think is really important, especially with Rosalie. She was 2 years and 9 months when Maeve was born. So it was really important for her to feel that Maeve was still part of the family, I think. And to have her sat like at the table with us was a great way to do that. Then when they get older, you move on to the seat attachment, which we actually bought secondhand from eBay. It came with the seat parts, the straps, and a little like cover to go on it. And I'm really happy with that. We had that with Rosalie and now we're using it with Maeve. It's still in amazing condition and we use it like every day. The best thing about this, I have other high chairs that like Maeve uses at my mum's house and at Nanny's house, but they are quite like laid back. Maeve, when she sits in them, is sort of lying down, but the Trip Trap, they're really up. It strengthens their back. Even from when she was tiny, she couldn't really sit up properly. The positioning of the seat means that they're up, which is so important when they're weaning and learning how to eat. Even though she's 12 months old, in the other high chairs she still slopes down in them, but this is just great. Like, it keeps her upright. She can grab all the food. We have bought a tray for it. It's not actually supposed to be an eating tray. It's called a play tray, which I bought additionally from Amazon. Stoke don't actually do one. This was just like a generic brand off of Amazon, and as I said, they call it a play tray. They don't sell it as like a food tray, but she does eat her food off of there. But you can use it without that. My friend has it and it doesn't use a tray. She just pushes her baby right up to the table, so you can do that as well. But yeah, I just think it's really great. It's probably the best purchase. If you're going to buy any of these items, buy that, because honestly, I love it. And it looks super stylish too. The last item is another, I think, controversial one. You either love them or you hate them, but it is a walker. It's not a walker that you push along, but one of those walkers that you sit in and then they walk around. So we had a jumperoo initially, but jumperoos are very short-lived. Basically, until when they can't do anything and they're just learning to jump, but as soon as they crack jumping up and down, they don't want to be staying in one place. So I think we did get a jumperoo for Maeve and it lasted a couple of months, but that time is so short-lived and they're really expensive. Whereas a walker, like Maeve still goes in it now and she's 12 months, but because she's not walking yet, she still will go in the walker. She doesn't particularly like it, but she wants to be off crawling around. But if I want her to be safe, like if I'm in the kitchen cooking dinner and I don't want her getting in all the cupboards, we do have child locks on, but if I don't want her climbing up the cupboard and being under my feet, then if I put her in the walker, I know she's safe. She scoots around the kitchen, but there's a barrier around her at all times. So I don't know, I just feel like she's safe in there. She's up off the floor. She's not getting dirty, apart from her little feet, they get black. She's like a little duster for the floor. But yeah, she loved it at first as well, before she could like get up and cruise around the furniture. She loved using the walker and walking around in that. It's just, it lasts a lot longer than jumperoo. They're really reasonable. You can pick one up for like £20. To have a safe place to put them that they are happy in, it's just a weight off your mind. Knowing that when I'm, you know, not with her, when I'm hanging out the washing, or I can put her like in the walker and when I'm hanging out the washing in the garden, I can see her from the back door. She'll sit in the walker by the back door and look at me. So just having somewhere safe where I can put her, I know she's not going to get into too much trouble. We've got a play kitchen in our kitchen and Maeve still can open all the kitchen doors and get all the food out of that, but she can't open any of like the big kitchen drawers. Yeah, I just like it because I know she's quite protected in there and she can kind of do her own thing without causing too much trouble. So that's it. Those are my 5 first year favourites. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about all the things that I have loved in Maeve's first year of life, and that it gives you some good ideas for things that you might need for your baby. As I said, this is a collaboration with Kate, so head on over to her channel. I will link it in the description bar below and around here. click on that link, go and watch her video and see what 5 items she has loved in Marnie's first year. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!